If you've watched this channel before, you've probably silently thunk to yourself, this dude is bitter, this dude is jaded. And that's completely fair. But it's just hard for me to accept that after 12 years of good jobs, soft, comfy, nerf jobs, that the days of IT, working in IT, are completely gone and done. The ideas of you can't even get a hybrid job, everybody's going into office all day, every day, maybe even on Saturdays. The fact that this whole career that I have built up, that I've done things like project management and being a business analyst and a product owner and a scrum master and a product manager, all these kind of IT leadership roles are completely gone. It's just very hard for me to accept. And maybe I need to go through all the different levels of grief, of denial, whatever it is. But today is going to be a little bit of therapy for myself. And I mean, if you clicked on this video, the title is going to be something like how to not be jaded or bitter during your job search. And I think we're all going to have kind of therapy. We're all going to feel a little bit better after this, and hopefully we have some useful advice, and you're not even going to have to sign up for BetterHelp or anything like that. All right, so without any sort of attempt to steal your data or to sign you up for some therapy from someone who just became a therapist yesterday, let's continue. This article today that I'm going to talk about is from themuse.com, and as always, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below to this article so you can read the full thing for yourself. I'm just going to go over the highlights and how it pertains to what we're talking about today. So the headline is 18 different ways to rebound when your job search is wearing you down. If there's any time of year when job search fatigue swoops in and threatens to stop you cold in your cover letter writing, resume tailoring, application sending game, this may be it. The holidays, which we're just past the holidays, are a thing of the past. The temperature is dropping and the reality of the situation is pretty much in your face. And for me and other people looking for jobs, you can say, all right, well, I'm gonna take a break in December. I'm gonna take a break for the holidays, but at some point, we gotta really dive back into this and figure out some kind of job to get, even if it is a pivot from what we were doing previously. It says, regardless of whether you're working and want to leave the company you've been with, or you've been unemployed for weeks or months, looking for a job can really suck. That is true. You don't see positions that interest you, or you do, but your efforts at connecting with someone at the organization fail miserably. No one responds to your email, or you go in for a meeting and think you've nailed it until you learn that another candidate has been chosen. Sometimes internally, right? No matter where you are in the process, how many places you've applied, or how many pre-screened phone interviews you've had, one thing's for sure, job searching can be exhausting. But you can't give up. You have got to push through the lows, keep at it, and know that the end is in sight in the form of an amazing new role. Ahead, smart, witty, refreshing advice for hanging in there from our mini Muse career coaches. So the first thing out of the 18, number one, is identify the problem. Job search fatigue is typically a mixture of physical and emotional exhaustion. When we become fatigued, our body and our mind are communicating with us. Our work is then to pay attention to where the fatigue derives from. Are you losing steam because you aren't really that excited about the jobs you're applying to? Are you physically tired because you have to search for a job after a day in the office? Are you discouraged because you haven't heard back on your applications? Only once you've isolated the cause can you start to think about strategies to help push you forward. Number two, take a breath. When your efforts aren't working, the natural tendency is to run faster, harder, and more frenetically. Apply for more positions. Stay up later surfing job boards. This can be incredibly counterproductive and demoralizing if you still go nowhere fast. It's almost always better to stop for a few. Take a breather. Seriously, no one's gonna die if you take a few days off. when you've regrouped to try to objectively troubleshoot which part of your strategy aren't working. If you're not sure, consider investing in a professional job search strategist who may be able to pinpoint what's wrong. You could use that information to fine-tune your game plan and run at it in a more strategic way. Number 3, just ask for answers. Job hunting's filled with highs and lows. It's natural to feel bummed or stressed at points during the process. Identify situations or people that trigger your frustration so you can anticipate your reaction and create emotional buffers to help you cope better. For example, maybe you sent into a tailspin when you don't hear back right away from an interview. Rather than be derailed by endless worrying, deal with the uncertainty productively. Ask your interviewer directly when you can expect to hear back, lessening the impact of that trigger. Number 4, hold meetings in person. The best way to overcome this feeling is to transition your search from online submissions to in-person. 70% are landing their dream jobs through networking. So the best thing you can do is to move away from the computer and engage in the real world. Through job fairs, meetups, industry events, and other networking opportunities, you'll make the human connections needed to get inspired about your search, grow your network, and even discover the elusive perfect job that wasn't posted online. Number 5, get a bridge job. Fatigue is twice as likely to strike when you're in between jobs. The thought of how will I pay my bills, taking on a bridge job, a temporary position, can help you avoid burnout. Part-time work as a barista or dog walker isn't glamorous, no question there, but this will ensure that the rest of your search is intentional and not born from intense panic about your wallet. Number 6, step away from the computer. Step away from the computer and set up a coffee date with a trusted contact. Reach out to someone in your network who works for a company of interest to you. Attend a professional association meeting or industry events. Focus on one relationship building so you can cultivate mutually beneficial contacts. Work with a coach who can help you explore approaches to get you out of the job search rut and develop new and more dynamic techniques. Number 7, volunteer with a nonprofit. Dedicate a few hours a week to doing volunteer work. This will not only give you a break, but will add additional transferable skills and experience to your resume. It allows you to expand your professional network and may lead to connections with potential employers. Based on a LinkedIn survey, 1 in 5 employers hired a candidate based off of their volunteer experience. Number 8, pursue a hobby. Sometimes it's best to get involved in something else. I often suggest that my clients go out and do something where they can meet other people in an activity related to a hobby, such as sports, cooking, or arts and crafts. I emphasize that they attend something where they can meet new people and get out of their home. Number 9, offer to help out in a field that interests you. Volunteer doing something you love or want to learn more about. If it's an issue you care about, you'll feel good about making a difference. If it's a new area, you'll have the opportunity to discover hidden interests that could even refresh your job search. Number 10, network with the right people. Invest your time and energy into the recruiters, hiring managers, and employees in the area of the company with which you are looking to work. Having conversations with people is more rewarding than submitting your job application through a website. Attend events and use professional online platforms to make connections, build rapport, and network your way to success. Number 11, launch a side project. One of the biggest rewards you can give yourself is to break up the job search and to start a side project or continue to work on a project you've already started. Think a personal blog, newsletter, podcast, social club, or anything you decide to build in your spare time. Side projects help enable your inner creative genius and increase your confidence, which recharge you for your job search. 12, cheer someone up. This may seem counterintuitive, however, we know from research in positive psychology that one of the best ways to cheer yourself up is to make someone else happy. Try doing this by complimenting a friend, helping out a stranger, or finding some other way to make someone else's day a little better. Number 13, take time off. Depending on your circumstances, take time off to do a major reboot of your search. Instead of thinking about how you'll get your next job, ask yourself why you want it in the first place. Yes, we all need a paycheck, but what is your deeper motivation? What do you love about the work that you do or desire? Why are you interested in a particular company or role. The more specific and clear you can be about who you are and what you have to offer and what you want to experience, the more focused and excited you will be about potential opportunities. Number 14, change your password. Change your password. No, not to a capital letter, 4 symbols, a number, a jumping jack, and a unicorn. Change your password to the short-term goal, long-term goal, or something that motivates you. Think director in 5 years or promotion by end of the year. Your password is the one thing that you enter several times a day to log into your computer. It's a great way to start the day grounded in what is important to you and reiterate that importance all day, every day, until you have a refresh or a new motivation. Number 15, take a mental health day. The best thing you can do is take a mental health day, which is a free day to think about what you're going to do. The secret is to not schedule anything that day and really think about what you want to do with your life. The reason a weekday is better than a weekend day is most weekends you are busy and you have a ton of stuff to do. The secret is to not schedule anything that day and really think about what you want to do with your life. But having a day off of work is a free day to read a motivational book and really have some downtime, which you wouldn't normally have had. Number 16, put yourself out there. Bold, decisive action is what will unlock the door to a life and career you've always wanted. At a certain point, you need to close your computer, get outside, take a class, attend an event, connect face-to-face with people who might be able to help you, and in some cases, march right up to someone, introduce yourself, and make an offer on the spot. So many people are very timid and uneasy when it comes to just getting out there. But when you find the confidence to do it, that'll make the real breakthroughs occur. Number 17, find a silver lining. When you're in the midst of an exhausting job search, it could be reviving to find a new hobby and or make a new friend in the process of looking for a job. Not only does it relieve fatigue and stress, but it also expands one's horizons and have long-term benefits. There are not that many times in one's life where they have the time to explore new things, so you should take advantage of the freedom while you have it. And number 18, temporarily unplug. You've got to take time out for yourself if the job search is exhausting you. Too many job seekers don't refresh their brains and are always just plugged in. For a morning, day, or weekend, turn off your phone, shut down your laptop, and eat meals with the TV off. Listen to music, but stay offline. When you return to the digital world, you'll feel renewed and ready to dive back into the job search. And those are 18 ways in which you can avoid being jaded or burned out or discouraged or bitter about the job search. Let me know what you think of this list. Which one is your favorite? Which ones don't you agree with? And which ones would you add to your list of ways to not get jaded about the job search? Leave me a comment down below. Love to have a conversation with you about this. Talk to you later.